Hello, all of you. This is Shivangi Agarwal from Balaji Educare, and today we'll be doing the third financial function, which is PMT. So, this function is used to calculate very basic EMI or any equal installments that you are either paying quarterly, annually, monthly, semi annually, and this is generally used for loan calculations. So if you're taking a loan amount right now today at time 0, maybe for another 5 to 10 years, then if you want to calculate the EMI, equal monthly installment, at a given interest rate, then you can use this particular function. Alright, so let's start. It's very simple. The function name is PMT. The number, I have taken a very basic example over here. For example, I'm taking a loan of, let's say, suppose 10 lakhs, and for 5 years, and I have to pay the installments every month, and the rate of interest which is given is 9%. Now I am paying this installment at the end of the month. You can also consider it to be at the beginning of the month as well. So I will just simply start by typing in the function. So let's start with just typing in the function. You get the function name PMT, which calculates the payment for a loan based on constant payments. Now there is an assumption that you are making these installment payments as constant amounts, right? So equal, that is why the word equal comes over here, and a constant interest rate. So we are considering for the next 5 years, the interest rate will remain at 9% per annum. When I say per annum, this is basically the yearly interest rate that we are talking about, right? So let me then open the brackets, and the first argument that they are asking is rate argument. Now rate over here basically means the 9%. Now 9% is the per annum rate. We will consider basically the monthly rate. So what we can do is select 9 and just simply divide this by 12 to get the monthly rate, and then after this we have the next argument, which is n per, which is number of periods total. Now if you're making payments for 5 years monthly, then the total number of payments that you will be making is 5 multiplied by 12. So you will just simply 5 multiplied by 12, and then again we have present value. Present value is the present value at time 0 of the loan amount that you have taken, which is 10 lakhs for us. If you have future value, you can also give the future value. For example, sometimes if you want to get a lump sum in case of certain kind of benefits, when you want to get after, let's suppose 5 years, you want to receive a lump sum payment of 10 lakhs by paying some equal monthly installments, which we call as annuity, then also you can use, and you need to know what amount that needs to be paid at a given interest rate so that you achieve this particular future value. So then in that case you will give PV as 0, and then in that case you will mention the future value as 10 lakhs. The type, so I'll just leave it blank. Type, we have end of the period, so I'll just type 0 over here, and then we'll just close the bracket and hit enter to get the answer. So the answer is coming as minus 20,000. So when I say this is a loan payment, and hence you are getting a negative value because these are the installment payments that you are making. Since these are the outflow, hence it's given in the negative. So by default, PMT, if you have a positive value over here, it considers that you are taking a loan and you need to pay the installments, and so they give you an answer in negative. If this would have been a negative number, you would have got a positive value for the PMT. So here, as we can see, that we are getting a num error. Now, why are we getting this num error? Let's understand. What did I say is that we are making an initial investment of 90,000, and then after 5 years we'll be receiving 1 lakh, right? So Excel recognizes both these transactions as positive figures, meaning these are all considered as inflows. So what they are considering is that you are receiving a payment of 90,000 at time 0, and then again you are receiving a payment of 1 lakh after 5 years. So how can you calculate the interest rate on that? Hence, this is a very complicated part. For the financial functions, you need to very carefully consider the negative and the positive signs. For the outflows, make sure that you are writing a negative sign, and for the inflows, make sure it's a positive value. So we'll just simply add a negative sign over here just to show that this is a outflow that we are getting. That's a negative sign, and I just hit enter and you get 2%. Now this 2% is the per annum rate. This 2% is basically not something that you are receiving for the 5 years. If you use the compounding method, you will be receiving 10% for 5 years, but 2% is the per annum rate, because as I mentioned at the start, the rate function gives you the return per period. So this 2% is not for 5 years. This 2% is the per annum rate, since the period that we have taken is 1, which is 1 year. So always remember, whatever, if this would have been a monthly rate that you needed to calculate, then you would have got per month rate. For example, over here what I have done is I have taken the PMT as 0. For example, now what you can do is you can consider that you are making payments of, you have taken a loan of 1 lakh at time 0. So the PV becomes 1 lakh, and since it's a loan, it's coming in, it needs to be a positive value. And then you are making an equal monthly installments of, let's say suppose 100 rupees for the next 5 years. So that needs to be calculated. What is the rate of return, what is the return of interest that you are paying per month will be calculated over here. In that case, you don't have to give any future value. Present value will be your whatever loan amount that you have taken. Let's suppose it's 1 lakh, and whatever monthly installments that you are paying, 1,000, 5,000, whatever amount, right? So thank you so much. This is rate function.